Alrighty. Okay, so we're back on the live stream. For those of us, we've had a little bit of technical difficulty, but it's fine. You know, life is not a bed of roses. Okay, so it's fine. So everybody, you know, you can jump on again to Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, and then you will see what's going on, because I need you to tune in to the home tour that's coming up after this. Yes, and everybody, if you are joining us on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, welcome to you. And if you're new in the space, a double welcome. My name is Karen Booker, the design diva herself, and you are now in the design studio. Yes. So you remember a while ago, you know, I said to you that one thing that is out for 2025 is cookie cutter spaces, meaning you're going to see a space on social media and then just plop it into your space. No, we're coming out of that zone. That era of robotic practice is done. It's over. It's gone. We want to see personality back into your spaces. So that being said, one of the trends that is coming in hot and heavy for 2025 is a thing called pretty ugly aesthetic. Yeah, and as I said before, you know, sometimes when we say, boy, that wicked, it bad, it means, you know, like BADD and wicked, you know, it means like, yeah, it is on, it's popping, and it is fabulous and wonderful, right? Okay, so while the name sounds a bit off-putting, which it does, right? This look isn't really about ugly, as it is much about your personality and about the unexpected. The term pretty ugly comes from the French term jolie laid, which literally translates to pretty ugly. But the trend doesn't just mean having a bunch of ugly and pretty things in your home. Rather, yes, it means choosing a focal point that looks less cohesive than the other pieces that you are decorating with. For example, you could really, consider a really wild piece of art or a bold sculpture or a body part. Yes, all it is right now, is to say, listen to me now. We want you to take a chance on yourself. We want you to take a chance on your space. Be bold. You ever hear the thing that says, be bold or go home? That is what we want. So you're going to take a chance now with, a piece of furniture, which is unexpected and does not go with everything else in the space, right? Because we want you to use some ingenuity. We want you to look at things and be a conversation. Things must be a conversation piece in your space. Now we're looking at a piece of a pic right now of with bold wallpaper, and then we're also looking at a chest which is, I would say, very interesting to look at. This is the reason why we're doing things like this now, interior design and decor, is that you have conversation going on, that we can come off of the phone, that we can look into our spaces and we can say, okay, this is great, and why did you choose this, and what is going on? It's really, we are a creative people. We're creative all the way around. We have innovation. Let it show in our houses. You don't always have to make other people's aesthetic be yours. All right, I think we have some more pics. So the next pic we're going to show you now is a pic of a pig. I think somehow, I don't know if the live stream is working. It is? Okay, fine. All right, cool. So this is now, we are looking at a entry table of a pig. Yeah, so it's a pig with a circular disc or a table on top of his head, and that is your entry table. You see, I love things like these, because it tells us that, like, you're whimsical, you're unexpected. Things like this make me smile, and it should make you smile as well. All right, cool. So we have some other pictures to show you. Remember, I'm telling you, it's like the pretty ugly theme, and things in your home that you're going to say, oh my God, that is so ugly. It sparks some kind of conversation, and it sparks an emotion. Once it sparks an emotion with you, then you get to talk about it and you get to think a little bit more. Not everybody's aesthetic will be yours, but bring in some whimsy. Bring in something in your space now so it don't look so boring. All right, what else we got? Yeah, man. So yeah, so here is remember we're telling you you could either use art, you can use wallpaper, you can use a color, you can use a myriad of things in order to make this thing look good. You know what I mean? In this space now, we have a very, very, very dramatic, I would say a family room going on here with lots of things that are interesting. It's a bright green wall. This is Jamaica. We are not afraid of that. You understand? Color is not our enemy here. We love color. Right. So that is the thing. On top of the color, on top of the living room, on top of the mantle now, it's a portrait of a dog. And a very rich dog because he has on a diamond choker. You understand? Yes, things like that. Now, on either side of that, now we have two chairs. They're leather overstuffed chairs in like a mustard color. Now, in front of that, now in the middle, it's a large coffee table or center table, which is bright blue. So can you imagine? You're looking straight at it and you see green, bright green. Then you see the dog on top of that, posing, because the dog are posed to, Yes, man. On either side, now you have your leather chairs that are yellow, and then the blue the blue center table on a shag rug. I'm telling you, it's all about the personality of the space. And I'm telling you something, when you look at these magazines, I'm not talking about social media, I'm talking about real magazines now. I'm talking about Architectural Digest, Elle Decor, those kinds of magazines. It's them kind of something that them not looking at no gray something where everybody has. No, you're looking at pieces, what makes the room interesting. That is what you're going to ask yourself. What makes this room interesting? Why should I look at this room with interest? You understand? What makes this room sing? Yes, so even if you have one of those gray living rooms, cookie cutter like what everybody else has, right? Put something in there. Put something bright red. Just to wake it up, just to give it like a shot of adrenaline and see what happens. Okay, and I think we have another picture now. This is one of a bedroom space with recessed with the recessed bookshelves, right? And then, beautiful color. Everything is fine. Everything is dandy in this bedroom now, Blue walls, very nice. White nightstands, beautiful, made up bed and whatever. But on the top now, above the head, is this little girl bawling with an expression on her face like, what? You know what I mean? So that alone will evoke some kind of emotion. I would put this in a guest room. Absolutely. If you don't want to feel welcome in my guest room, then you can go to somebody else's guest room. But I would definitely put this picture in my bedroom. The next point to note is, if you are looking, for those of us on our YouTube now, if you are looking at the bookshelves which are above the bed, then that is like the recessed area, you will see that all the books are color-coded. You have white books together, you have the blue books together, you have yellow, you have red, you have green, you have black books together. That, my dears, is your interior design lesson for today. Keep things in collections. When you do that, I am telling you, it will look like, oh, you invited Miss Karen to come inside here, come to some things, don't it? Yes, because the place just to put together. You know what I mean? All right. Okay, I'll soon come back.
It hurts if you don't check birds. The excellent customer service. Our staff is knowledgeable and trustworthy. And we have a wide variety to supply society. And the price is right, yes, it's worth it. The solution to your auto parts needs to one-stop shop. And we deliver to. So if you can't come in, just link with on WhatsApp. Or call and make your order. And remember, there's no other. So it hurts if you don't check birds. So there's no need to search. It hurts if you don't check birds.
Tune in to Nationwide at 5 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we broadcast live from the Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference at the Jamaica Pegasus, Thursday, January 23. Join us and hear top experts discuss key trends, share ideas, and create strategies for growth in the region. Attend the conference and build valuable partnerships, discover new investment opportunities, and see the latest products and services. So come to the Jamaica Pegasus with Nationwide at 5, Thursday, January 23 from 6 to 8 p.m. It's the Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Jamaica Stock Exchange and Bloomahoe Capital.
With BHP.
Alrighty. It is an interesting and beautiful Saturday afternoon. And yes, your Saturday afternoon really got a whole lot better because, yes, you know exactly why. The Design Studio is on with me, Karen Booker, the Design Diva, at your service. So if you're listening to us on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, or 90.9 on your dial, thank you so very much for sharing space with us. And if you are new here, don't be a stranger. Please come back next week. And then what I want you to do is convert yourselves into our YouTube audience. So you're going to run on over to the Google Play Store. You are going to, yes, right now, you are going to download the Google Play app, which is, you know that, right? The Google Play app. All right, fine. Then you're going to download the Nationwide 90 FM Live 2 app. Yes, and then you get to join in on the fun. You get to converse with me. You get to leave your questions. Yes, and then you're going to get to engage with our YouTube family. And they really do have a real relationship over there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody over there, Charmaine, I see that you're here. I see you. Marigold, I see you here. And I see so many people in the room. But, I need you to like up the thing. Numbers counting on numbers count. You, just like how it's an even exchange. I entertain you. You have to like up the thing. You understand me? All right. So the moment that we've been waiting for, 2 moments. We have the home tour, which is coming up right now. And right after home tour, we have Camila McDonald in the studio. She is the guru of lifestyle. Anytime you think about lifestyle in Jamaica, fitness, healthy food, healthy living, is she you think about. Yes. And she is here. So if it is that you have to do something, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna watch the home tour. After home tour, you're gonna take a 1-minute break, and you're gonna come right back and sit in your seat, and you're going to enjoy and get yourself edified by this interview. All right, stay up for home tour. Home tour is right now, and we're at the Breathless. Yes, honeys, you're gonna see fine style. Arriving in style. This is Breathless Montego Bay. My goodness gracious me. This is your vacation destination. We're talking about the perfect marriage of shapes, patterns, metals, wood, fabric, all coming together to give you a very interesting experience. You walk in and you feel that hug. You feel the spirit of excitement, but it is also a place where your spirit comes to rest. So as I walk and I look, I am looking at the textures, I'm looking at seating, I'm looking at different areas and pockets that you can gather. And of course, for the hotel experience, it's all about meeting people. It's all about having that conversation out of your head. And it's really all about enjoyment. And I am telling you, this lobby really does set the tone. Yes. So you walk in. You know, you look at the floor, it's all about the patterns of the floor. You look up because the ceilings are expansive, right? We're talking about 30, 40 feet up in the air. But the scale and the proportion of this grand lobby really and truly sets the tone for a beautiful Jamaican, authentic and credible experience. We're talking about the wood. And when you look at the wood, we're talking about these really organic shapes. Then, of course, the metals that play well with the wood. Then we're talking about the real marriage of the glass and, of course, the fabric. Girlfriend and everybody, design darlings, follow me. Where in the world are you gonna go and see cabanas in the lobby? Now, come on, let me just tell you, talk about a space that rises up to greet you and hug you. This is it. Yes, the warmth of the woods. And then right up, look at the pendant lamps again with the vintage bulbs. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me just tell you, another thing that I really noticed upon arrival in this hotel is the statement lighting. Look at this. This can't make a bigger statement, but because of the grandeur and the scale and proportion of the space, it just works. Your private wine cellar. Yeah. Which other hotel are you going to go and see and experience the private wine cellar? And of course, private dining. Guys, you know exactly what just happened, right? We came in sense of arrival. We got the purple champagne. We got the cold towel, you know, because it's hot. And now we are going into the presidential suite where I will be staying. And of course, I will be treated in presidential fashion, darlings. Follow me. Let's go. Lord of mercy, me excited. Excitement buck. Wow. This is a wow. Let me look some more first before we pull back the curtain and we dissect the room, because what I am seeing is a myriad of shapes, textures, finishes that all come well together and just plain nice. Let me just tell you, you walk in and you're hit with textures, you're hit with shapes, you're hit with a punch of color. And this is how they've done it really, really well. Look over here, the texture of the wall on the right as you walk in. And then you look up and you see the dramatic shapes of drywall. And you know that drywall can be the most transformative element that you put in the room to make these shapes. You look down now and you see the beautiful porcelain style floors. And then you have this bar over here, perfect for entertaining. Let me tell you something about this suite now and entertaining. You know, sometimes you want to book a meeting, a private meeting, and you don't necessarily need to be all in the open. This is a space for that. It's perfect. So now, you know, for all of my stars and my starlets and all these people who are coming up now on social media who travel a lot with entourages, here is a perfect space for that. Here it is. We have a full living room space and a full dining area, but the dining area can be, of course, doubling as a meeting table. Perfect conference room. Now, here is what is really good about this space. Maintenance free. Everything is a one wipe. I want you to look over here now in the space of the One Love table. Yes, it does say One Love. Of course, now you have the shapes again and beautiful colors of the rug. The rug now unifies everything. Now, here's the thing. We have lots of circles and curves in this room, which makes it a feminine space because it's well balanced with the columns, which is more masculine. You know what also works in this space? You know what, right? The lighting. You can't help but notice the lighting. Now, you know what these are? These are what you call puzzle chandeliers, and they're made from acrylic. Now, because of the acrylic, they come in all kinds of colors, but it is so punchy. All right, guys, let me just show you how the levels of lighting work in this space. All right, so right now we are on general light. You know, places lit up, you can use it for tasks and so on. I'm gonna take it down a notch. Oh, did you see that? Did you just see that? So it went down a notch, not necessarily mood lighting to set that ambience. Let me just show you what the mood is now. Yes. This is the romantic piece of it, yes. So therefore, different levels of lighting to set the mood. So let's just get into the colors of the space. Now you see that we have our blues over here and of course our burnished bronze. We have the blue of the chandelier, yes, the pendant chandelier, which is the puzzle, right? And then we also have the blue of the accent pillows. So what is happening here is harmony. A great flow has been created. And when you have a great flow in the space, of course, you know what? You feel good. You don't feel disconnected. You have, you guessed it, harmony. Oh my goodness, how could I forget the focal point in the space, which is that piece of art over there, which has so much movement. And of course, all the colors in the rug here are in the color of that art piece on the wall. So your eye really goes from the floor all the way up and it travels and it is just beautiful. Presidential even. Oh yeah, baby. Pocket door, pocket in, all the way to the ceiling. And let me just turn on the light. Same light levels here. Same light levels as we saw in the living dining area. I'm gonna take it down a notch. Here you go. And this is, yeah, a little cocktail light going on. And then, baby, the mood light to put you in that mood. Yes, very romantic, very nice. Let me turn it up. Now, we walk into this room and what do you see again? Acrylic art. So you see, it is the modernity of the chandelier, of the artwork, mixed with all of the textures. And one thing to note throughout this hotel, the textures. It is the texture that makes everything really so interesting. And it's how they have done it. You understand what I'm saying? So here it is, shiny surfaces, glass surfaces, acrylic surfaces. You know what that does, right? It bounces the light. It makes things more modern. And then, of course, and you'll see this throughout the hotel, you know, these puzzle chandeliers, yes, pendant lamps, puzzle. They are abstract, they are unique, and they are statement getters. They call attention to themselves, and we love them. Now, of course, this is a king-size bed, and, you know, made very, very simply because, you know, it already makes a statement in the space, the way it's made. And I want to call your attention to one more thing. Look at the wall that has the TV. Again, texture, wood, right? And then layered with now the TV. And of course here you have your console. All right, so we are now in the presidential bathroom. And there are 3 places in here that you have to hit. First, you walk in and of course you have a jacuzzi or a whirlpool, whatever you want to call it, and it is for 2 people. Then you have the shower over here that can fit 6. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, it is like the double vanity here. And, of course, over so you find the water closet. Oh, my goodness gracious me. This is the presidential patio. Yes, darlings. I want to show you what I'm seeing as you walk out here. We're talking about the expansive view of the mountains, the palm trees, the Caribbean Sea over there, the inlets. Let me just tell you something. This is vacation paradise. It certainly is. And then now, as with everything else on the inside, you don't just get a little piece of a patio, you know. You get a full patio. We're talking about grand. We're talking about expansive. We are talking about decor to the hilt. Now, look at the furniture out here. You ever see these? All right, these are uncommon. Yes, these are great. These are for the Caribbean and of course for the weather out here because you know the sun is sunning. So here's the thing, when you do have this type of patio, which is like, I don't know, I think it's about 40 feet, right? You can get in 3 areas. So you have here, right here, so with the beautiful, beautiful motifs here on the ground, which is in the form of a rug, you can get your first conversational grouping here. 1, 2, 3, 4 people sitting here, drinking cocktails, having mimosa, you know, yeah. Then you have your 2 people over here, right? Just lounging.
Yes, as you would. Lounging, looking at the Caribbean Sea, not worried about any kind of cares, just really, really taking things in. And the piece de resistance, the hot tub. And you know what, darlings? It might be the reason why I have my robe on. Altitude Rooftop Bar and Restaurant. Let me just tell you something. This place right now, I'm not hating. It ain't. Yes. You walk upstairs, right? And you don't expect, while you expect to see some, seating groupings and restaurants and so on, you really do not expect to be, yes, looking down on the whole of Jamaica. You understand? It's a 360 panoramic view of Caribbean Sea, of mountains, of foliage, of landscape, and it just makes you feel, oh, so good. Because at this altitude, you're not hot, you're not humid, you're just nice, you're mellow, and you're boy, I'm telling you, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Wow. 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 That's a wow. Let me just tell you something, you guys. If you are even considering going somewhere that is less beautiful than this, just reconsider your plans. You understand what I'm saying? That was just a whole lesson. It's a masterclass in good style. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. We'll soon come back. We're going to pay some bills.
They hear plenty scores, so they no believe us. When I got they bless us.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public while on the road to republic. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We on the road to republic.
Excelsior Pass Students Association Network of Champions cordially invites you to our 94th Annual Founders Day, Sunday, January 19th, 2025, under the theme, Honoring Our Legacy, Building Our Future. Church service commences at 9 a.m. in the auditorium, located at 137 Mountain View Avenue. Guest speaker, Bishop Dr. Marcel R. Fullwood, class of 1983, Partners Worship Center, Canada. Following the service, join us for brunch and entertainment at 11 a.m. in the auditorium. Entertainment by Harold Davis, Prilly Hamilton, Akeith Nugent, and Shanika Jeffrey. Contributions only $5,000. For further info, call us at 876-898-8294 or email xlcrpsasecretariat@yahoo.com. Don't you miss it.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance. Jackhammer. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. Free parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Have you just finished grade 11? Looking for a 2-year 6th-form pathway to earn overseas local certificate diploma and advanced diploma and get qualified to work locally and internationally? Register now. Start free 6th form at IIRQ Academy. Start our new 6th form program online or face-to-face classes in September. Choose between pathway 1, 2, or 3. Paid for by the Ministry of Education. For more information, call 876-322-4029 or visit 32 Hope Road, Kingston. Website www.iirq.org.
Original gal, you want a replica? No. Smoothie, no regular. No. Pretty for real, I'm pretty pa my cellular. No. You don't say you hot. No.
They never had a pretty girl from Joburg to me now, and that's what they prefer. I don't touch no wheel, cause I got a chauffeur. First class, how I get around the world. Just miss me with the drama, unless you call me with the commas. Or DJ, turn the sound up, cause we about to pour the rounds up. From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter. And my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is a healer. Ooh, I love to make it jump.
So I told you guys, I said, if you have anything to do, go and do it now. But the minute you hear my voice now, you're supposed to be well tuned in or watching on the YouTube. So I'm going to give it to you again, just in case you're not late. Yes, it is. You're going to go to the Google Play Store. You're going to download the Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. And then you'll be on, or just go to YouTube and go to Dezign Studio and you'll see myself. And then, you're going to see, I told you, the queen, the guru of lifestyle, the guru of what? Food and healthy living and, of course, fitness. Miss Camila McDonald is here, and she is the Jamaican. Let me tell you, it's like synonymous. You hear about food, healthy living, and then the next word comes up is Camila McDonald. You hear about fitness, and the next word in your brain is Camila McDonald. And then her entrepreneurial journey. Oh my God, she's an inspiration. She's motivational, and let me just tell you. Your Saturday just got a whole lot better because you're going to be motivated right about now. Camila, thank you so much for coming in.
You are so welcome. It's an honor to be here, Karen.
Oh, it's an honor for you to be sharing the space and being beside me in our little show that could.
Yes. No, ma'am. I'm proud of you, Karen. This is a nice vibe.
Let me just say, it is a nice vibe. And I think that the pride shared between the two of us is like it's off the chain. Yes. Because, as you know, I've been watching your journey for a while. I'm like, damn, it's Camila. Go on.
All right. And years ago, I remember I did an interview with you. What was it for again, Karen?
I don't remember, but it was
something. You know what I think it was? I think I was doing, I was producing a show called Home Sweet Home. I think so.
Yes, it was.
And we were doing an episode on how to transform a space on a budget at home to make it cozy and express your personality through design.
Yeah. And
so look who's talking. She here hyping me up. But
you know what I'm saying? But this is not certainly about me. This is about you and what you're doing now and how far you've come. So let me just ask you this now. You're Well Fit Club. You're Camila's Kitchen, right? And how did the journey begin? Because we need some context.
Well, wow, that's a loaded question because it began a long time ago.
I know.
Really through my own personal journey of wellness and transformation. I grew up in a family that is health conscious. So already that was embedded within me, just with the lifestyle and liberty, as we call it, right? And also the food, so the liberty, encapsulates food and exercise and community and family and love and positivity. So I am rooted in that gratefully. And then I left Jamaica when I was 18, long time ago. I won't age myself.
That's all right, darling, because you only look 25.
Right? It's about how you feel.
It's
Right?
about how you
So
feel,
let's go there.
But you say what you take in is
Yes,
also,
yes,
so
absolutely.
therefore
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
taking
yeah,
in too is quite nice.
Yes,
Continue.
Thank you. So I left home. I went to this incredible university, the United World Colleges, and I have to big up UWC. I know that they are accepting applications.
Hear that,
I'm
guys?
pretty sure. So if you are within the age of, I'm thinking anywhere between like 17 and 20, if I'm not mistaken, and you're passionate about life and expansion and understanding the world, and you are a thought leader and a change maker in your own community and space and your school,
Yes.
I really recommend this to anybody. So it's a United World Colleges. There are 10 around the world,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, and when you apply for it, and there are actually scholarships that are available for Jamaicans.
You hear that? All right.
And when I applied for this university, I didn't know which one of them they were placing me in. And got told that I was going to be sent to Norway.
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 A Jamaican in Norway.
Exactly. Exactly. I actually remember when I just found out that I was selected, and my whole family and I, we sat down. I'm the first of 5 children, so this was the first that any of us were leaving our nest.
And let me just say, let me just stop you there. If anybody knows about the McDonald clan, because it is a clan, let me just tell you something. You just see the love, you see the respect, you see the platform from which everybody is just going to spring off. And then them very talented and bright, the whole of them educated. But go on, talk.
So we sat down and we're looking on this map, because I didn't even know where Norway was, right? And so I'm saying all of this to say it was very, very different from the life that I knew here in Jamaica.
Yes.
One, the weather. Let's start there. Okay. And I struggled with the weather. It was so cold. There was no sunshine. And, there's a lot of sunshine has so much to do with our mental wellness and our mental well-being. And growing up in Jamaica and living in Jamaica, I think sometimes we take that for granted.
Yes, we do.
Until it's taken away, and then you're like, what is this? I was not meant for this.
4 short and 5
Exactly. And so I didn't deal with the transition very well, Karen.
Okay.
It was also very different for me from an education perspective. So this is where we studied the International Baccalaureate, the IBs, which is very different from our approach. To education.
Right.
And, I'm very grateful because it prepared me for life. It prepared me for college thereafter. But especially the first year, I think I was overwhelmed with all of the transitions and the differences and being so far away from home. And there was a lot that I was going through emotionally at that time. And so I turned to food. Right? As many of us do.
All are we.
Like many of us do as a coping mechanism, right? And, again, like a 5 pounds, that went to 10 pounds, that went to 15 pounds.
Yes.
And before you knew it, I was unrecognizable. And I was over 200 pounds at my heaviest. And I'm a little shorty, not because maybe sometimes the TV make me look tall.
Yeah.
And so, on a short frame with a lot of weight, and I struggled with eating and eating disorder that I really like to talk about, because for many people who are going through this, and there are many people going through this.
Yes.
Body image issues,
Yes.
Struggling with your weight, emotionally, mentally, everything. And so it's something I try to be as open as possible about, because I was so ashamed when I was going through it.
Yeah.
And I bottled it up inside. I didn't tell anybody about it. And now in retrospect, several years later, I wish I had leaned on a community. I wish I had known of somebody that went through this so that I didn't struggle with it alone.
Well, let me just ask you then. You said, and this was years ago.
Yes.
Years ago, and let me just put you to bed, to put all of that to bed. There weren't any communities or so on to lift us up.
No,
you understand?
exactly.
Right. So you were
Yes.
there were, because
We
the
didn't really
shame
have that,
and the things. So we're not
yes.
gonna talk about that.
No,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So
Yeah.
thank God.
Yes.
Know that you can be a
Yes,
voice to
Karen.
say, hey,
Uh-huh.
listen, if you're going through this, you're not alone.
Yes,
All of us
absolutely.
go to food sometimes
Yes.
to as coping mechanisms
Yes.
and you know
Yes.
that
And
that
not just even food. There's so many things.
so many trauma bonds.
Yes.
You know.
yes,
So okay,
yeah,
fine. All right.
Yeah. So, you know, I went through my struggle. It was a difficult struggle, and it didn't have to be so difficult.
Yes.
And so I think I felt so compelled when I had eventually transformed my life.
Yes.
Right? To shout it from the mountaintops what I had learned. I became quite literally obsessed with health and fitness and, you know, just lifestyle change and healing and mind, body, spirits work. And I just dove in.
Let me ask you this: what was the turning point? What was the point when you said no? When you because there's always
Yes.
that point where you
Yes.
said
Yeah.
no, no.
You know, it was in Norway.
Yes.
At that time, I was the president of the school. Right?
Wow.
Yes.
So you see
Yes.
you see the polarity.
Yes,
You're the president of the
yes,
school and you're
Karen.
suffering silently.
Correct.
All right,
Suffering
go on.
silently. And I had to address the school that morning. And I remember trying to put on clothes. And I was, you know, trying to prepare. I was already, you know, just under a lot of duress trying to, you know, get it right and do it properly. And I couldn't find anything that fit me. And I remember on the bathroom floor bawling.
Yeah, man, that's what we do.
And, you know, I said to myself, "Boy, this is not me, you know.
No.
I don't mean this. I don't, you know, it's not. So that really was, I remember that day quite vividly. And I knew that day I had to make a change because I knew that there was so much promise and potential within me.
Remember the clan, remember the background,
Yes,
remember the
yes,
family support. Yes,
you know,
important.
And just, I think I've always been driven by a knowing that, you know, and we all are because we're all here for a purpose.
Yes, we are.
And so I have always been fueled by my purpose from a very young age, and I have to big up my parents for cultivating that within
Yes,
me,
yes,
right?
yes.
And so it just felt like I was stifling myself from my purpose and my mission, and it felt uncomfortable to the point where I knew something had to change.
Yes.
And I remember they had a heated pool at my school. And I had to go out and buy a swimsuit that could now fit me, right? Because I had a very different frame. And I was also in denial. So I used to wear these big baggy coats
Yes,
to
ma'am.
hide, you know.
You know, hide,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you know, hide that thing.
But, you know, I think that exactly.
You're just hiding.
Hiding. You think you're hiding. And so I remember I started swimming. I started to run, even though it was cold, so I would layer up. I didn't even know what I was doing, Karen, but I just knew I had to do something.
Right.
I needed to act. I needed to stop feeling sorry for myself. I needed to change my habits
Right.
that were now very cemented,
Yes.
some very unhealthy habits that were
Yes.
now built in, again, coping.
Right.
And so this was my first face. You know, I first looked myself in the mirror.
I love that because you just bring and you said, listen, you don't know what you're doing. All you needed to know, you just have to start. And remember, in the true words of Martin Luther King, he said, listen, you don't have to see the whole staircase.
No,
just the
take
first
the
step.
first step.
Just
Yeah,
the first step. You
absolutely.
have to sit and keep
Yes,
going.
yes.
All right. So we've changed our life around now.
Yes.
We're just doing without a plan. We're just a go on.
Yes.
What's the next step?
So the next step, so I was doing, going on like a thing, you know, I wasn't, you know, I don't think I had made any big change, but mentally. I had.
Because it's a process.
Yes, it is a process. And I remember what really was a turning point was I found out that I got into my dream school on full scholarship in California. And I think that was the moment where I knew I was ready to change
You're
my life
ready.
around. I
You're
was
ready.
like, this is my opportunity. And I got fueled with so much excitement and promise and hope. And then I just worked towards, I you know what I did? I bought a lot of books. I remember that. I still have a lot of them. And I just kind of dove into some literature and reading and understanding. And so I started to study the arts, the philosophy, everything to do with transformation.
Yes.
I started to study nutrition.
Yes.
I went on to and in college. Now this is where I became a vegan. I became plant-based.
And this is now in LA, in
This
California.
is now in California, in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And which is where, by the way, is the plant-based mecca of.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's
okay. Because when you hear Silicon Valley, you think about technology, and that is where.
Yes, man. Yeah. I mean, California in general is a very, very, very progressive state. And the culinary world over there is incredible.
And all the pretty people, by the way,
Right.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. California people, they're on a different vibe.
Yeah, they're on a different vibe, man. I always say if there was anywhere in the U.S. that I would consider living,
it's California.
It would be California. And again, just based on my roots and how we grew up eating Ital food, and I think I was just mesmerized by this new take on what I was already grounded and rooted in, right? And so learning about the different ingredients and the different ways in which they made cuisine and plant-based cuisine come alive.
Yes.
Because, when you are taking your health journey, you believe that, somehow now you have to sacrifice taste and all the things that you love. And I was just like, wait, hold on. With this muffin, what is it sweetened with? Why is it so delicious?
Right.
But yet it's filled with nutrients, and it's, nutrient dense, and flax seeds, and, made with gluten-free flour that's naturally gluten-free and sweetened naturally. And, I got exposed to a whole new world over there. And I actually spent about 11 years in California, because I went on to do my master's in California as well.
Yes.
And so I really think that catapulted really my wellness journey. And in between those years, I came back to Jamaica, and I lived here for about a year and a half.
Okay.
At this time, my family had migrated to Africa.
Yes.
My mom was working at the time with UNICEF. And so I was the only one here. I think I was just in a really inspired space. Through my own journey. And I just started writing. I started working on, I guess at that time, I didn't know it was a book, but writing is a way that I love to express myself.
You see, when you have purpose on your life,
yes.
You understand what I'm saying? When you do have purpose on your life, you find yourself doing some things.
Yes.
You're actually led.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I love the fact that, what we are trying to say, young people who you're listening, and I hope you are getting this. Camilla never just get up one day and become.
No.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot
yes.
of research and development. Homegirl has her master's degree.
Hello.
There is lots and lots of education and tried and true behind it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. We could sit down here. We could talk.
Exactly. So to wrap it all up, this really started with my personal journey, and to your very important point, it was not easy.
No, it can't be.
No, it was not easy. And I felt compelled and pulled and called to help others who are struggling.
Yes.
To make it easy for them, to create, some kind of blueprint, to create something that excited them about changing their life, to, let people understand what I went through and how difficult it was, but what I learned. So I became trained as a certified personal trainer and a sports nutritionist. I went on to study integrative nutrition health. And, I just, really, whether it's the restaurant or it's the WellFit Club or any other project that I'm a part of, it really is rooted in that core knowing that I want to help as many people as possible, wherever you are, to show you how accessible, how possible, how amazing it is to really put in the effort to change your life.
And change others.
And to change others, yes.
Because what I see from you, and guys, if you're ever within reach of Camilla, she's a very personable somebody. You know what I'm saying? She exudes light. and life. You understand? So I think some of that has to do with the diet too. But we're coming to the diet in a minute. We're gonna come with it. But right now it's the welfare thing, right? When you are born with a purpose on your life, and you know that your job here on this earth, because you know we're all passing through, and you know we walk around in this meat suit, and then we go on to other things. You know, we know that whatever our gifting is, it is to share with others. So I do believe that this is your gifting. All right, so what came first, the WellFit Club or the food?
So interestingly enough, in 2017 I published, after about 3 years, 2 books. Wake Up and Live, which is a mind, body, spirit approach to lifestyle change that really chronicles this journey in a lot more detail.
Of course.
And then has several chapters on that blueprint in what did I do when I changed my life? What did I do first? What did I eliminate? What did I add? How did I approach it? You know, what should you, how could you build better habits?
Yes.
So there was that book, and then there was Camila's Kitchen, which has over 100 plant-based recipes.
Really?
Jamaican inspired, obviously. And, really captures like the culture aspect of Camila's Kitchen.
And we can get these books on Amazon, right?
These books are available on Amazon.
Okay.
And me tired of people cuss me in Jamaica for saying, me no want order a book on Amazon, me want them here. And it was a self-published book. And we do have something in the works that I'm hoping will come through this and, come to Fusion this year, to make it easier and more accessible here in Jamaica. Because, I think maybe people misunderstand and think that I'm not trying to have the book rooted here, but it really is just...
it's a process.
It's a process.
It's a process.
So that's coming.
It's a process.
It
is coming.
Yes,
it is coming.
it's coming.
All right. So now you started the restaurant chain, because I'm going to say chain.
Hey.
I'm going to say chain. Skyline Drive.
Yes.
Right.
Skyline Levels. So the truth is that the book now manifested. This was before COVID.
Yes.
A sister of mine reached out to me and said she was working on an anti-anxiety program.
Yes.
Crystal, big up yourself wherever you are. She has an amazing program called Anxiety Schmanxiety.
Wow. Okay.
And she wanted to, at her launch of the program, she wanted to have the food that really, because a lot of people don't make that relationship between the food that we eat and our mental well-being. Right? And so she wanted the menu to reflect the things that you can eat for better mental health. And if you're struggling with depression, if you're struggling with anxiety, here are the foods that you should include, here are the foods you should eliminate.
Right.
And so she asked me to cater her lunch, Karen, get this, for 100 women.
Were you ready?
No.
Okay.
I was not ready.
But
and
you
I
got
told
ready,
her
though.
no
But
2
you got-
times.
What?
I told her no, right? 2 times. And she called me back.
Gosh,
And she said, Cam, please, I just really, I can't see anybody else that I would want
Doing
to do
it.
this.
Yes.
And, I sat down and I thought about it. And at that time, I had a friend who was a chef.
Yeah.
And I reached out to him and I said, Ravi, big up yourself wherever you are too. So many people are part of the journey, And I said, look here, I have these recipes that are in my book that I want to bring to life. And I had been doing coaching and classes, cooking classes. I would go into homes and teach, different people how to prepare healthier food. I had clients at that time, one-on-one a lot. And so she was one of those, I think I had worked with her aunt or something. And, I was just like, help me to mass produce this. I know how to create food for people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we gonna stop there. I don't know how to replicate this on a large scale level. 100 people. So he came in and helped me. He brought in a team of 3 people, and we worked tirelessly for about a week.
Yes.
I trained them on the specific recipes and the ingredients. And he helped me bring that launch to life.
Wow.
And Karen, let me tell you something. Overnight, I had a catering business. Overnight.
You see, timing. And remember, you were
Overnight.
being disobedient.
I
little
was
girl.
being disobedient.
You were being
I was.
disobedient,
I
and you
have to
can't be
admit
disobedient.
that,
When
yes.
God called you, and
Yes.
say, listen, you need to come to this.
Yes,
And you said, no, like
exactly.
Jonah, go sit down under the
Exactly.
and go
You
sit down
understand
under the
me?
tree.
And
I said,
listen.
no, me not bother go on, whatever the case is,
Exactly.
until, we cannot be disobedient
Yes.
when you get the call.
When you get the call. So I definitely grudgingly took the call. But look at what became of it, because I never really thought of myself as offering food in that way, in a large scale. I was working one-on-one with many different people.
Why the vision was too small?
The vision was, sometimes the vision
The
small.
vision too small. But what, you know what? God places people in our path that can see us on a wider scale. Even when we are saying, no, but you reach up the sun, we just, so.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so your catering business
So my
was
catering
born.
business was born. This was this was early 2019, right? Check the year, okay? So this is early 2019.
Remember what happened?
So I was doing, and then I attracted a team. I hired a few people, and we did birthday parties, anniversaries, events, corporate wellness, just various different things. All of 2019 shows. But I didn't really have a space. And to be honest, at that time, I was looking for a space. I put in proposals in 2 different places, serious proposals, back and forth of bringing, the catering company was called Camila's Kitchen.
Of course.
So what happened in 2020?
Of course. You said that. So I said, you guys remember 2019 or what happened right after? Oops. Everything. Right? Oops. So all of this COVID, coronavirus.
No events, nothing to cater for, nothing, right? Lock up shop, like all of a sudden, okay? And I had the choice, because what came to mind is, well, now more than ever before, people need this food.
Yeah.
So maybe I could try and figure out a delivery, some kind of, because a lot of restaurants at that time were doing deliveries. And for another interview at another time, a very profound thing happened to me. But I made a decision to close it down. And I actually moved away. I moved overseas during COVID. And it was in COVID that the WellFit Club was really born.
Wow.
Because again, as you know, my life in fitness, I was actually even more in fitness than I was in
food.
In food, really. I was in
right.
nutrition and fitness, but not offering food for others. So what I felt naturally called to do was to create community at a time where we all needed it the most.
We needed it the most.
And
let me say, and then the word came, the COVID word at that time, the P word, pivot.
Oh, yes, exactly.
It was pivot.
Exactly. And what's funny, Karen? I didn't even think I was pivoting. I think I was answering a call. Yeah, I was really answering a call, and it grew from strength to strength, and it predominantly was women, 99% women.
Right.
Women all over the world.
Yes.
Rooted in the desire to do better for themselves, to protect themselves, to protect their health, to prioritize their health somehow in this, crazy time. And a community was born, and it was the most beautiful, healing, wonderful experience for all of us, including myself. As sometimes I don't even think these members know how healing it was for me.
Yes.
Even though, I was leading the community, but I needed it as much as everybody else needed it.
So you're being healed as you're healing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And so
that's when you know it's a true calling.
And that's when you know it's a true calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has been really reflective of my journey, I think, because even Camila's Kitchen as the restaurant and how it is here now and everything else, I need it too.
You need, of course.
I need it too.
Because you see,
the
sometimes
accountability,
when you're pouring out, you need to pour back in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because before you know it, you're empty.
Yes. Oh,
you
yes.
know? So no, can you imagine? We're almost out of time.
Wow.
Yeah, it just goes. We don't even get into. So now we have 3 spaces, right? We have Skyline, we have Marketplace, and we have the newly minted downtown location, Camila's Kitchen. Yes. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that in really like 2 minutes. That entrepreneurial part of which looks good on you, by the way.
Thank you so much, Karen.
And one word that I hear a lot of that coming from you is rooted.
Yes.
You see, when you're rooted and grounded in the name of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's true. So yeah, we're here. We didn't plan to go in this direction as with Marketplace. and an opportunity arose, and I, along with my business partner Sarah Myers, big up his health.
Big up you, Sarah.
We brought a manufacturing company to life called Wellgood.
Yes.
And we were looking for manufacturing space, and this is manufacturing of plant-based products, cheese, yogurt, walnut lentil meat, all the sauces that we use in the kitchen. We're packaging up and offering it to hotels and supermarkets and different spaces that people need to have access to them. And so we needed a bigger space because we've been operating from Camila's Kitchen. This was officially born last year in 2024. And this kitchen came up, and we needed a commissary for Camila's Kitchen because at that time we had 2 locations, and one of the challenges that we have is the consistency across the 2 locations. So we wanted one central place that was big enough to create the meals and the prep for everything that needed to be, dealt with at the restaurants. And so, as God would have it and as fate would have it, it was a space that all things could happen.
Yes.
The manufacturing space, the commissary, and a space where people could come to purchase this food. And, when I started really looking into downtown Kingston and seeing the incredible work that is being put into that, regentrification and, just the revival of downtown Kingston as our hub of creativity and arts and culture, and to find out that this space was in the exact same building as where Kingston Creative live, who, they've just so much work. Andrea and the whole team, big up yourself, because they are working their tails off.
Yes, they are.
To transform downtown Kingston. And so it was, we walked in the place, and trust me, I walked in one moment and I was just like, wow.
You just knew. So I know now, real quick, that this space now, Camila's Kitchen, sorry.
Yeah, Cam's Kitchen is okay. Yeah, that's good too. That
Downtown on Harbour Street, 107, right? 107 Harbour Street is going to be not only a kitchen where you can get food, but a creative space. A space where you can come in and feed your soul, your mind, body, your soul. You can go in and catch a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Every Friday night, you're going to be having
live jazz. And that has been going on for the last 5 years. So big up Herbie and the whole team who, they're just keeping the legacy of jazz and jazz specifically downtown alive. So it's just an honor to be a part of that, And then we'll have our wellness classes that kick off this Monday.
Okay.
It starts at 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
And if you head over to CamilasKitchenJA.com and you click events when the prompt comes up, then you'll be able to sign up for the classes there.
Okay. All right.
5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. 107 Harbour Street. Just come on down after work, right? Get your workout class in, avoid the traffic, and and come to a space of community, healing, love, and just everything.
Can you promise me that you'll come back, please?
I promise.
Okay,
I promise.
because we
Part
have
two.
so much more to talk about. We have so
about.
much more of life and really, and young people out there, I know that you've been in these shoes and you're saying, what am I going to do with my life? Please use Camila's story as a jumping off point to say, if she can do it, you can do it too. And nobody say, oh, she go there in Norway and whatever the case is. No, she gets scholarship to go over there.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Yes. So nobody look at it and say, oh boy, because no. We're not there. And remember, hard work, determination, research and development. We never just born one day, wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm just going to be this and I'm going to be that. No, it's a lot of hard work. That being said, we got to go. Pepita is coming up next. Miss Pepita, we love you. We're going to try not to make this be a habit where we're running over. So that really wraps up another inspiring episode of our Decor Radio Show. We really, really hope that you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and we're going to see you next week. But guess what? No, we can't leave without, of course, thanking our producer, Miss Jareen Campbell. Of course, we love you and thank you so much for putting the show together. We're going to thank our engineers, Kevy and David. David was in a really good mood today. He was like, whoa. And of course, Kevy, who balances him really well. And of course, we have Nigel, our videographer, who makes me look great on our home tours. And of course, Kim Aliro, who drives us around. So that being said, your Saturday is still going to get even more nice. Only for niceness cause the vivacious Pepita is up next. All right, guys. See you next week. Same time, same place.
For a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Come to Marshall's Pharmacy today for your free medication